She has been single for more than 30 years and no one dares to marry her because she thinks she is too beautiful. No one is worthy of her. When a man pursued her, she took a small leather whip and beat him in front of everyone.
अब देख क्या हाल कर दूं मैं तेरा मैं अपनी इज्जत उसी पगड़ी आपके कदमों में रख रहा हूं.
But she didn't appreciate it at all and kicked the hat away. At that moment a man came in and caught the hat. The crowd was stunned. Ravi was very calm. He said, "You are too brutal, so you can't get married." Reika was furious. No one had dared to provoke her since she was a child. It turned out that she was Reika, the daughter of Sam, the local bully. And Ravi wasn't scared at all. He even taunted Reika with his words. The crowd also applauded him. Reika gets angry and sends her men to beat him up. A group of men jumped in the air with sticks. One of them rushed to hit Ravi. Ravi grabbed him by the feet and grilled him on the stove before throwing him out and knocking down dozens of his men. All of them fell to the ground. Reika's friends were still laughing. She looked at them both and they stopped laughing. Reika told her men to get up and continue the fight. Ravi kicked a man and he flew up. Then he swung his fist and slapped him in the head. A large group of men were again knocked down. Ravi came in front of them. They were so scared that they ran away. However, he pulls up the carpet and gives it a tug. Several of his men flew up several meters. Next Ravi came to Reika. He asked Reika to do a dance to cheer them up. Reika was reluctant at first. Ravi grabbed a small leather whip and gave it a whack, so she was sent downstairs. Although she was reluctant, but she was afraid of being whipped, so she danced with the crowd. When Reika got home, she started throwing antiques and throwing tantrums. She decides to get back at Ravi to regain her lost dignity. Seeing his daughter suffering, her father also decides to send a killer. 2 days later Reika leads a group of people to block Ravi. This time she has to make Ravi apologize to herself. Reika tells her men to lift the cage. Inside the cage was a big, fierce tiger. They opened the cage. The tiger rushed straight to the opposite village. At this point, the people did not know what will happen. Reika knew that Ravi liked to protect civilians. That's why she came up with this idea. She wanted to see how he would protect others. A tiger that had been hungry for 2 days was rushing frantically towards the people. The people started running away in panic, and Reika was standing on the roof. She was watching how the tiger attacked. The whole village was in a mess. Reika was still excited about it. Suddenly she slipped and fell off the roof. The tiger looks at a baby. The mother rushed out and grabbed the baby. The tiger pounced on the baby. The two were about to be killed. Suddenly a man rushed out to save the mother and child. This man is Ravi, and the tiger landed right in front of Reika. Looking at the food in front of it, the tiger showed its big white teeth. Reika was stunned. She panicked and trembled with fear. Then Ravi suddenly appeared in front of her. Reika looked dumbfounded. At this moment she felt love. Ravi lunged at the tiger. They struggled together. He pushed the tiger with one hand, then overturned the haystack and came out of it. The tiger looked at him fiercely. Ravi wanted to fight the tiger one-on-one. Reika was stunned. Ravi clenches his fist and rushes forward. Then he slammed the tiger into the hut with such force that the boards were broken. There was a scuffle, and then Ravi flew out from behind. He lifted the sheet and stared at the tiger with a vengeance. The tiger was ready to launch a second attack. Ravi's paws were building up strength. The tiger lunges directly at him. Ravi finishes building up his strength. He threw his fist and smashed it. The fist was like 100 tons of force. The tiger fell straight down. Reika thought he was really tough. The tiger seemed scared by Ravi. He was lying on his back like a kitten and didn't dare to move. He got down and showed his loyalty to Ravi. Ravi went over to him and said, "The forest is your home. Go back and don't come out and hurt anyone else." The tiger seemed to understand. It ran away with his tail sticking to it. Ravi got up and started criticizing Reika. Reika did not retort this time. After this incident she also realized her mistake and fell in love with this man. The next day Reika approached Ravi again. He thought Reika was coming to trouble him, but Reika told him to run away, because her father had hired a hitman to beat him up. At that moment a group of punks appeared. Reika was in a hurry and blocked the dagger for him. She looked like she had been stabbed with a knife, but she wasn't stabbed. Ravi held the knife in his hand behind her. He pulled the knife tightly. No one else could pull it out. With a strong tug, he grabbed the knife with his bare hands. The group of punks were so scared that they ran away. There was still one man frozen in place. Reika cleaned his wounds. The two just looked at each other. As a result, they fell in love. A dance is omitted here. On the other hand, Ravi's sister Padma and Shakti were in love. Ravi felt that Shakti really loved his sister, so they agreed to be together. They also got married in front of the crowd. But soon after the marriage, Padma was abused. She had to do the dirty work every day, and she was always beaten. If she was not careful, she was beaten with a small leather whip. When Ravi found out, he wanted to beat him, but his mother kept stopping him. He had a local rule: when a woman is married, she is at the mercy of her husband. Ravi was helpless but could not do anything about it. But just then, Reika came up with a great idea for him. This woman joined hands with her boyfriend to cheat her father. First, she pretended to be a good eater. Then she reads some books about pregnant women in front of her father. The father felt something was wrong and asked her what was going on. Reika said in an aggrieved voice, "I am pregnant with Ravi's child." According to the local rules, then Reika had to belong to Ravi. Sam was worried that Ravi was mistreating his daughter, so he tried to impress Ravi, and Ravi made a request to him. "I want my sister to be treated well." So Sam came to Shakti's house with a gun in his hand. After that, Shakti started giving Padma massages. He did all the dirty work himself, and Sam recommended Ravi to run for the village chief. The next day, they went on a date under a tree. Ravi said, "You had a good idea to fake a pregnancy." Reika said, "You did a good job too." But Shakti overheard their conversation. Soon after, Sam comes with a group of his men. Apparently, he already knows the truth. Reika is also under the control of his men. Then a big truck came. Shakti's heavily paid men got out of the truck. There were dozens of muscular men in the truck. They were all as strong as walls, and the last one was carrying a hammer. They went up and surrounded Ravi. Ravi was the first to strike. He threw a punch. Jack fell back more than 20 meters. Then he throws a big whip kick. He's knocking them down with every kick he throws. He grabbed someone's fist and started spinning him around. Dozens of people were knocked to the ground by him. At that moment, another group of people came up. He kicked a dozen people out of the way. He knocks a man down with one punch. He slapped one person and sent them spinning 360 degrees. He lifts up two people and throws them straight out. He couldn't stop swinging his fists. Each punch has hundreds of tons of force. He knocks people out with every punch he throws. He ran straight towards Sam. However, he was blocked by Jack's chest. Jack's eyes were fierce. Ravi continues to throw punches. Jack still doesn't move. He headbutts Ravi. Then he picks up a sledgehammer and starts pounding away. He grabs Ravi and throws him over 20 meters away. At this point, Jack is surrounded by another group of people, and Ravi grabbed hundreds of tons of quad bike and threw it with all his strength. A group of people were all knocked to the ground. At this time, Sam ran up to grab his mother, but he was not paying attention to Jack with a sledgehammer attack. Then he hit him with a second hammer. The unconscious Ravi was beaten by a group of men. Suddenly a tiger appeared. The tiger went up and grabbed Jack. Ravi took it as a release. This time it came to repay Ravi's kindness for not killing itself. Then Ravi took two big bells. One man and one tiger started to fight back against the fighters. He punched Shakti, his girlfriend's father. Sam saw the situation and fled. Ravi grabbed the bells and caught up with him. He put Sam in a chokehold and knocked him down with the bell. Just as Ravi was about to kill him again, he was stopped by his girlfriend Reika and his mother. Soon after that, Ravi succeeded in becoming the village chief. Sam and Shakti also came to congratulate him. After this incident, they realized their mistake and decided to change their ways. And so the family lived happily ever after. You can subscribe and leave a comment. See you next time.